Hi, I'm Chiron of Lifeology, your transformation coach and guide. I was going to do this video anyway, way before a whole lot of energies around the world got completely turned upside down, before COVID started spiking in places all over again, before the unrest broke out in South Africa, because tomorrow we have something really important that's happening on a planetary scale. We already have 4 planets in retrograde. What does retrograde mean? It's when a planet looks like it's going backwards, but it's actually the angle of everything that's moving in the sky. If you want to catch up on the retrogrades that are happening, you can go onto my blog, lifeology.biz/blog, or find me. Just look for my name, Jodine Sher, on YouTube, Apple Podcast, or Spotify Podcast, and hear about the different retrogrades that are currently happening. But today, I want to talk about the retrograde that starts tomorrow and how important it is for us to understand the energy of this retrograde. It's Chiron. Chiron isn't a planet. It's an asteroid. But it's really impactful in the energy that it has and what it does to us. I did a whole series on Chiron. So once again, on my blog, on my YouTube, and on the podcast, you'll be able to just do a search and see where I did Chiron explained. In there's links that will help you see where Chiron is in your chart, and also give you some indication of what you can do to work through this time. Chiron retrograde is very important because Chiron is the wounded healer. It's the energy that brings up in our lives the places where we carry our lifelong wound. And it doesn't only happen as people, it happens as nations and as an entire world on its own. And I know there's many people who say to me, "Oh, Jodine, this astrology, why do you even use it? And so much of it is just coincidence, and I can apply it to anything, I can fit into every single zodiac." You can't. And I have worked long enough with people in the coaching and in the guiding to see that when they say to me, "What the hell is going on?" we can link it back to the energy that's happening. And for some people, it gives comfort. But for me, it gives understanding. It gives a layer of awareness that helps me process and understand what's going on, and also guide others to work through a level of understanding and know what to do in order for us to take control of the choices that we make. That's the whole point of this journey, is to not live unconscious, to live consciously and within deep awareness, that we know the power of our choices. So Chiron, being the wounded healer, brings up for us the place where our greatest lifelong wound lies. What are the things that have happened to us in the past? How did we take them on? What are we doing with them? Where do our wounds sit? What's happening with us in the place of how we feel the victim, how we feel sabotaged, and how we genuinely do have to heal the wounds of the things that did happen to us, because they did happen to us. And it's the way we take responsibility and the way we choose to heal. It is currently in Aries. Chiron has such an interesting cycle. It spends about 7 to 8 years in Pisces, which is the end of the zodiac. And then it spends about 8 to 9 years in Aries, which is the start of the zodiac. And then in between, it's about 2.5 years as it floats around the rest of the time. And Chiron altogether takes 50 years to do its return and come back to where it originally started in your chart or in a specific place. It's currently in Aries. Whenever Chiron is in Aries, we know that the wounds of the ego, the wounds of the self, the wounds of who are we, who am I? The first house asks the question, who am I? So the very wound of what is our identity, how do we fit in this world as the I am, has come up for question. That is why so many wounds are showing at the moment. Physical wounds, emotional wounds, wounds that are literally coming out in the brick and mortar that is under destruction, the physical bodies that are struggling so much. It's all linked back to the I am. Chiron is in retrograde all the way until December 2021. That means that the energy of what is our wounds is going to be sitting in the shadow for this amount of time. I am a big defender of the energy of retrogrades so that people don't go, oh, it's going to be a bad time, or I'm nervous about this time, I don't like retrogrades. You should love retrogrades because it's the time for introspection. It's the time for you to go inwards and ask yourself, who am I? Authentically, not who has someone else told me to be, not what has the history molded me to be, not what is the belief system that I was told that I need to follow. Who am I? How do I take the identity of who I am and separate myself from everything that I have been taught, everything that I have been told, everything that I'm seeing on the news, everything that's coming through on WhatsApp, everything that my family and my friends and the collective is thinking and doing and being? Who am I in that individuality? And if we can work through that, and each person asks themselves that question, stays in their corner, and does the work to understand who they are, we will get to a place of collective healing. This is me being the great optimist that I always am. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are brave. And during this time, I encourage you that if you need me at any point to understand what is shadow work, how do I get to this place of finding my authenticity, how do I brave everything that's happening around me, please reach out to me. Go to my website, all the details are there. You'll see Greg and myself are readily available. We also have an incredible associate, Vic, who does healing, literal processes to get you through the energetic place that you are currently in. We work together as a team to support you in any way that you need us. All you have to do is reach out to any of us. Feel the energy, see who feels right, and we are there for you. Take care, be brave, stay safe.